Hello, everyone. I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day. I hope everybody had a good one yesterday. It was really nice weather here. Hopefully, this week I can get out in the garden. It's supposed to be nice pretty much all week. I'm about to cut the Nablus, the Castile soap. All right, so let's see. This is the way I cut it. Let's get it out of the mold. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit, give you guys a little bit of facts today about your skin and the skins of a goat, AGO. Um, you know, back in the day, the paler the skin, the handsomer the skin. Everyone loved pale skinned women. The men, they always, usually did the most hard work in the sun, but then the women had their gardens. But they protected themselves with long sleeves, long dresses, bonnets, and even when they'd go to town, they'd put an umbrella over them. Sometimes they used umbrellas a lot in the sun, riding their buggies, such as all that. I have found out that your basic oils, such as number one, olive oil, and of course, then the other oils, the coconut, the avocado, the Castile, not Castile, but mineral, the mineral oil, which, they used to give it for medicine a lot. What is it, castor oil? That's what I was trying to say. And anyway, they each have a certain amount of sunblocker, to help block the skin from the sun rays. And I didn't know that till here recently. I found it out a few months back. I just happened to run into a video about that. And also, you can browse certain oils and it'll give you how much sunblocker the oil has in it, and how much you need to use and whatnot. But it's very interesting. That makes sense because skin cancers was a rare item back in the day. And now I know the reason why. My grandmother, Big Mama, she used olive oil day and night. And Aunt Gracie, my great aunt, they used that oil religiously before they went to bed and when they got up. And I'm sure some of you, like Sheila and Stephanie, they'll remember. And my sister and her kids, they would remember all that. And my grandmother told me, she said that olive oil was the best oil for your skin. And I believe her. Being that also, I found it in research. So that makes a whole lot of sense. And I use a lot of shea now, that comes from the bush. And mine comes straight from the nut. The shea butter that I use in my products comes straight from the nut. It's unrefined, sent here straight from Africa, and it's packaged, inspected and packaged here. I don't use no cheap false ingredients in my stuff. I wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't want to do that to nobody else. Look how pretty the blue is coming out, the Castile. It's a real pretty yellow color, I would say. This is straight up olive oil. Nothing else. It's the only oil in the soap. No fragrance or anything. And it's got a good smell. I mean, it doesn't have no fragrance smell, but it smells like, a soap would smell without fragrance. That's what it smells like. And I know everyone's probably smelled that. So, anyways, I wanted you all to know that, because instead of going out buying all this expensive stuff to put on your skin when you work in your gardens and stuff, just get you some olive oil. I think it would work just as good from what, has been said. All right, so we're going to cut this now. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut 3-inch bars of this. It's not going to be very expensive soap because, it's just olive oil. But olive oil these days is expensive. But it's less expensive, I'd say, than most oils, most of your other oils, except for your mineral oil. And I'll tell you all something about castor oil. Castor oil and mineral oil, they're the same thing. Walmart sells mineral oil for $1 something. And I use it for, the bubbles and lather to help the coconut oil. It's just as good. And I don't use coconut oil in my regular recipe. I only use that on special occasions. Because the oils that I use, they lather and bubble on their own without having all that other stuff. So anyways, let's get this cut. Well, it looks nice on the inside. It gelled good. I let it stay in 3 days because it was kind of, a soft mixture. And I'm going to get a rag so I can wipe the wire. If you don't wipe the wire, you can get scratch marks on your soap. And you know what? Just from wringing this rag out and this being on my hands, it bubbled right off the bat. So we'll see at the end how good it lathers and bubbles. But I want to get this so I can wipe my wire, so I won't have no scratch marks on my soap. I like pretty soap. And, my little texturing looks pretty too on the top. So let's go ahead and get this cut. I had to keep my wire clean. This soap too, it cures in the regular time, 4 to 6 weeks. And mine will probably be curing more than that unless somebody just ups and wants some until my show time. My next show is in October. Hope everybody can come. It's going to be a good one. Everybody's invited. And the Muslims should come because this is halal. It don't get no purer than this. There's no animal in my products, none of them. And never will be. It's all pure from the earth. And my brand is AAA Creations from the Mountain Gardens. That's my brand. AAA. Beautiful. Just beautiful. It's the color of lemon. That's what color it is. It's a pretty color. It gelled really good. It's beautiful soap. I'll be glad when I get used to my GoPro. I still haven't got it out yet, worked with it, so that I can put everything on one video. Having to spread this out 3 videos is, people, I like people to look at my stuff. And 2, I always give a little facts, here and there about things that you'll be missing out on if you don't see my videos. And especially my family, I like for them to know all the things that I do so that maybe it might help them in the future, for their lives to be easier and whatnot. You can never have enough of that, right? They just came out beautiful. Okay, these are going to be my sample bars. They have to cure too. Except, of course, when I do my little thing for you guys to see the lather. I'll just lay this to the side for a minute. I highly suggest everybody wipe their wires because it will scratch your soap. Make it not look so pretty. People, they go out and they buy these expensive big old long cutters and stuff. A little cheese block works just fine. It has for me. Alright, we're going to lay those about right here. Because I'm going to bring this over and show it to you guys, what it looks like. It's really pretty. It did really well. Now, hopefully this weekend or so, I'm going to start on the Midnight Orchid stuff. I'm going to make soap and I'm going to make bath bombs. It's the activated charcoal, and I'm also going to have a purple color. So it'll be purple and black. It should be pretty. And I'm also going to do candles for the orchid, the Midnight Orchid. That's the fragrance of the next quarter. And I picked that out. Okay, now we're going to take the little flowers out of their mold. This mix that I had left over. Forgot where I put my trash can. Danny's about the same. When I get to using my camera and I start videoing my life, y'all get to see Danny. Lord willing, inshallah. Because he's part of that, and the garden, and all kinds of stuff, what I do. You wouldn't believe it. I still think it would be hard for a teenager to keep up with me. Oh, how pretty.
Confirm wireless color. Confirm wireless color.
Now I'll bring this over for you to see. It came out so nice. See how pretty it is. And I put a little texture on top. Came out really pretty. So now I'm going to get a piece and see how the lather is. I'm going to fold this one in. Well, let me cut it. I stamp my soap too. I have a stamp that says homemade on it. And it's got little designs, and I stamp my soap with that. Till I find somebody that makes stamps so I can put my brand on them. All right, so now we're going to try and see what the lather is going to do. It's got a small lather to it. Not really a whole lot of bubbles. But it's got a good feel to it. Like it, would make your skin really soft and moisturized. That, I think, is the whole idea of the Nablus. Now, okay, I added some water, and it is bubbling more, so maybe more water you use, the better. Yeah, there we go. We're getting some bubbles now. Too, the soap isn't cured yet. Okay. So the olive oil soap does lather. How about that? Castille's lathering. Nablus, the same soap that they use on the west coast of Jerusalem. They have a soap factory there, in Palestine. The first Jerusalem people, the true first Jerusalem people, are now pushed to the west coast of Jerusalem. And that's the Palestine people. Some people call it Palestine. I call it Palestine. It's a shame. It's a shame that God's people have been pushed like that to the west coast. But everybody has their day. It's up and coming for all of us. So anyways, yeah. There you have it. The Nablus and Castile. What we call Castile. They use it on the west coast of Jerusalem. All right, people. Until next time, be safe. And God bless each and every one of you. And please pray for my sister. She's in the fight for her life. She's got stage 4 cancer. I believe when it comes in bunches for me. But the Lord, I put it in the Lord's hands. I wish I could help her. But she's way down south and I'm way up here, and I've got Danny. And he's bedridden. He can't walk. All right, friends and family. Till next time, I love you. Bye-bye.